Hello everyone, welcome to Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. Well, as you can see, this is a very high tide. And it's supposed to be even higher tomorrow. It may actually overtop right there. Today's a 2.04 and tomorrow is a 2.19. So that's about 6 inches. So yeah, we're going to have to be out here with a shovel tomorrow afternoon. It's close to even overtopping right there. At least, well, we're getting some water in the pond, and the net's holding, so there's no fish going in it. The lamot is doing well.
There's a lot of lumot now.
Lumot? I thought you said it was lamot.
Lumot.
Lomot.
We're just saying it's very strong, lumot.
Very strong?
Yeah. Lumot.
So anyway, we're getting some free oxygenation of the water, and it's coming in on its own. So I'm going to go over here onto the other side. Okay. Just be careful. Careful, huh?
Come on, keep moving. Left and right. You want to swim?
Oh, I'm sure he does. I want to check here on the Panama Canal and see how close it is to overtopping here. And it's pretty dang close. We're within an inch. Well, yeah, if we had an operating gate, our pond would be that full too. That's why we're putting this in.
So it's better if it's full like this?
Oh, it's much better if it's full like this. It gives more water for the shrimp to live in, more oxygen. More water is more oxygen. That's what that means. So we've got a pretty good lamot bloom. No need to worry about that. There's plenty of feed for the shrimp. It's just that I'm gonna have to come out here tomorrow with a shovel and just stand by, I guess. The lamot's pretty dense right out there as well. That's what that is right there. So overall, I'm pleased. We're getting free oxygenated water. I wanted to come out here today because this afternoon, late this afternoon, going on into evening and early night, as high as this tide is, it's going to be proportionally as low at 9 o'clock tonight. It's actually going to be a negative 0.51 or something like that, so actually below sea level. So I would anticipate that little river out there will be almost dry, almost empty. But I'm digging that. That's just free goodness right there. It's not a lot of water coming in, but it's a fairly decent amount.
Why the net is very big hole?
Well, that's just preventing stuff from coming into the pond, not going out. The fine net, this pond still leaks enough to where we never have to let water out when we do a water exchange. We only have to let water in. And so nothing any bigger than the squares of that net will get into this pond.
So there's fish there?
Oh, I'm probably pretty sure there's fish inside that net too. No, love.
I will swim there. Oh, I'm sure the.
You know, that's enough right there. That little waterfall is enough to drive you all the way to the bottom. I know so.
And it's not that deep. How deep is that?
Right there, that's about 8 feet. That's the deepest part.
Where are you going? You are going to jump?
No, I'm not going to jump. I'm going to remove one of these bags. Here, you hold this. Don't drop the camera or Charlie into the water, please.
Very heavy?
Yeah, it's a sack full of mud.
You should ask me to do that.
It'd be kind of hard for you to do holding Charlie. I'm trying to judge if it's... I've been looking out there to see which way it's flowing, and I don't see anything moving. Actually, it's still slowly coming in.
Yeah.
And we're pretty dang close to going over the top here. So this has to be built up.
How many hours is the high tide?
Well, as soon as it gets high as it's going to go, then it starts draining out. So it's only like even for 20 or 30 minutes. So before that it's coming up, and after that it's going down. I don't know if the high tide's going to last long enough to fill the pond up, but it's making progress. And that's not a huge, you know, for the...
The wood is good.
Huh? Well, we had that board placed in the top, and it just, obviously, it just floated it out. Well, if we had that coming in all the time, we'd never have to worry about oxygenating the water. What you thinking, dude? Do you want Daddy to hold you or something?
You're dirty, oi.
I'm not dirty.
Both your hands is dirty.
They're not.
The other one, it's the same. Oh,
well, yeah, that one's a little dirty. So yeah, you know, that stuff just looks like pond scum, but the shrimp love it. That's their food. And it's not complete coverage over all the ponds, but there's a lot of it in there. So when it gets to the point where all this disappears, then we know that the shrimp have run out of something to eat, and it's pretty much time to harvest. And it's also down within the water as well. Only the largest clumps float on the top, because those are just almost microscopic, what makes up that moss. And it's in the water as well. That was that green hue that we saw. And you can still, I can still see it out there, but it's just not really showing up. Huh?
Last time we came here, it's not that, the lumot is not like this.
No, but it's been how many days? 4 days? It doesn't take that long when it's hot and sunny for it to grow. Well, I'm pleased. I'm going to hang out here another 10 or 15 minutes because the tide is still coming in. I mean, I got to stay here long enough to make sure that if it overtops somewhere that I can do something about it.
To make sure that the tide is not going more high.
Well, it's still going higher. I don't know if you can see those little leaves and stuff moving out there.
I can see, of course.
They're moving left to right. So the ocean is to the left. So the height of the ocean is pushing in, pushing this way. So it's pushing the river from left to right. And so it's still getting higher.
But maybe this
And
is started.
no, it's this is just a high tide, and it's going to be about 4 inches higher than this tomorrow. So we're definitely going to have to do some filling on these banks here. It overtopping the water check here really wasn't in the plan. I'm just hoping that that net has held all the way down to the bottom and that there's not a big gap or any gap between that net and the floor of the pond. Because if there is, then we could possibly have let some fish in here. I just gotta hope.
The fish will eat the shrimp?
I'm pretty sure the tilapia would.
The monster will eat the shrimp.
You're gonna have to go in there and box the. You're gonna have a fight with the tilapia if there's any in there. I mean, who knows? I don't think there's enough in there to mess with. So it's all looking good. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.